Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to set up my next spread up for the month of November, which is my sinking funds. As you guys know, every single month I like to come on here to stuff my sinking funds cash envelopes with you all. And although I am both filming as well as uploading this video kind of late, I am now ready. I have my cash envelopes here, which I keep in this clear binder. I will leave a link for this down below. I did buy this off of Amazon, and this is where I've been keeping all of my cash envelopes for the past couple of months, I want to say. I also have these really pretty pink leopard cash envelopes from my shop, and these are all of them here. Aside from that, I have my mock spread here, as well as my cash already to stuff those envelopes. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started, because this is going to be kind of a mess, I'm not gonna lie. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be stuffing $680 to my sinking funds, which honestly, it's not going to be that full amount that I'll be stuffing in cash today, but rather a total of $530. The reason being is because I actually have a couple of my sinking funds, 3 of them to be exact, in an online banking account, because I don't plan on using them anytime soon. And they do hold quite a bit of money, so I didn't want to keep them in cash here in my apartment, and would just rather keep it in my Ally online banking account. So that's kind of what I do with those, and I'll go ahead and talk about them in a second, but those are just car payment, my Christmas sinking fund, and my Peru trip, which I've been saving for since the beginning of the year. And since I can't go to Peru, of course, I really don't have a need to have the cash with me, really. So I like to set up my sinking fund spread not right after the budget, because I will set up my weekly check-in pages here, but right after that. So on the left side, I will set up my sinking funds, and then on the right side of that, I'll set up a transaction log for any transactions that I may have throughout the month from my sinking funds. And for my sinking fund spread, I will be using the sinking funds and transaction log kit, as well as the floral washi, which for this month I offered both the floral as well as the pumpkin design for our monthly washi kits. And I'll just go ahead and start with whiting out all this kind of unnecessary scripts and lines, at least for me. And then I'll start with laying down my washi. I honestly, let's see, let me take a look at my sinking funds. I did go ahead and add one more sinking fund, which if you would have seen yesterday's video, which was my monthly budget video, then you guys know that I have now added a sinking fund for the electricity bills. Since we do have to pay that every other month, I thought I would make it easier on myself by just making a sinking fund where I stuff every single month, so that when it's due in 2 months, I'll be able to have that there, and I'm not hit with a bill of like $250, which I absolutely don't want. So that is what's going to get added this time around, as well as one of my cash envelopes is actually going to have less than it's beginning with, because I am filming this video on the 5th of November. And once again, if you would have seen yesterday's video, then you kind of know what went on with my debit card and why I couldn't withdraw money to stuff my cash envelopes, which is okay. I'm just going to have to do those extra steps that I wouldn't typically have to do if I were to set all these pages before the month starts. But I don't want to get discouraged. I actually just want to get back into it, and even if I have to do an extra step or 2, I shall be fine and everything will work out. So the first sinking fund that I have is, of course, my adventures one, and I am beginning with $230 here. And for this month, I'm only going to be adding $50. I think my sister has been wanting to go to Colorado and planning a trip to go there. That's kind of what I'm stuffing for in the next couple of months. So I think that's a pretty good amount to have thus far. So that is that. Then I have my allowance sinking fund, which is going to be left blank, both the beginning and what I'm adding for this month, because for this cash envelope, I typically stuff it with any rollover allowance money that I have for the month prior. And so if you guys would like to see how much I added for the past month, then you'll just have to wait for the October budget results video. Next we have birthdays. And for birthdays, I currently have $38. And I will be adding or stuffing this with $40 this month. Then I have card maintenance. And for cart maintenance, I am beginning with $175. And I'm just going to be adding $30. Honestly, cart maintenance is not one of my priorities as of now. Of course, my priorities as of now would be stuffing like my Christmas sinking fund as well as my card tags, since my card tags are actually due on December 12th. I already got the bill and everything. So for me in particular, since I don't have, let's say, a bunch of money to stuff my sinking funds with each month, I do like to prioritize those sinking funds that are either coming up in the near future or that I really want to stuff a certain amount to. So let's say like my Christmas sinking fund, I wanted to make sure to always stuff $150 towards that, and then that way I would have enough money to cover all of the presents that I would be buying my friends and family during the holidays. So that's kind of how I go about it. I know someone mentioned that I should probably have a lot more in my cart maintenance sinking fund, but as of now, it's really not a priority for me, especially because I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't get out of my house much. So the probability of me getting into a car accident or the probability of me needing some serious car work done is really low, considering the fact that I just went to get some car maintenance done. I want to say like 2 or 3 months ago. So for now, I'm good with my car maintenance. Of course, if I had any emergency car maintenance done to my car, that would have to come out of my savings. But I think so far I'm doing pretty good with what I can stuff this sinking fund with. So that is car maintenance. And then I have a car payment sinking fund. I should actually call this like an emergency car payment fund. But for this, I am beginning with $373. And this is, if you guys are new to my channel, just an emergency type of sinking fund for me. I don't stuff this at all, but I do like to have it just in case, let's say 1 month I'm not able to cover for my car payment, then I'll have that ready to save my butt. Aside from that, we have, as I was mentioning, card tags, which they are due on, like I mentioned, December 12th. I am beginning with $130. And I did the math, and I would have to stuff this sinking fund with $65 for this month, and I believe $60 for next month to be a-okay to pay for my card tags. Then I have a Christmas fund, which I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with my weekly check-ins, but I have already started buying a couple of Christmas presents and like Christmas like wrapping paper and whatnot. So I have used a little bit of my sinking fund, which makes me so happy and so glad that I spent all those months in the past stuffing this fund so that I can now use it. And I kind of have that peace of mind that I'm not using like my credit cards, or that maybe it's not in the budget to buy all these things for the holiday season. And it just makes me really happy. So far in the month of November, I am beginning with $977, and I will be adding $150 in here this month. Next, I have my clothing sinking fund, and this actually doesn't have anything as of now, but I will be stuffing it with $50 today. Then for date night, I am beginning with $21, and I will be stuffing this with $30. My new category for this month is my electricity sinking fund, and of course we are beginning with $0 here, but for this month I am going to be stuffing this with $125. As you guys know, I just recently moved into my new apartment in August, and so since we do get billed every other month, this is barely going to be our second bill that we get for the electricity. So I'm not 100% sure if this number is as accurate as it has to be, and I will only know, I think, with time and with knowing how much we're getting billed for the electricity this month. So for now, I'm stuffing 125. Next month I might have to stuff more, I might have to stuff less. We will just have to see. Then I have entertainment. And for entertainment, I am beginning with $25. So I started with $296 in the beginning of November, but as of now, after having to get contacts on Monday, I actually have $106 left. So just wanted to let you guys know. I know it's kind of a little bit confusing, but you guys will see that in my transactions in a second. So everything will add up and everything will be fine. It's just that I won't have the cash, of course, in my cash envelope right now. And for this month, I'm adding $100. I am planning on going to the optometrist, and since I did need my contacts, I went ahead and just purchased them prior to going in for my appointment, because I believe I was only able to get an appointment at the end of the month on the 30th. So I needed to get contacts, so I just went ahead and purchased them. So whatever money I have left over, I will be using to get some glasses. Then next up, I have my miscellaneous sinking fund, and this I am beginning with $48, and I will be stuffing just $20 today. And then last but not least, I have here my Peru trip, which I won't be stuffing this month, or I haven't been stuffing it for a while because it has been fully funded for the past couple of months. So this is not going to be getting anything. And those are pretty much all of my sinking funds, or the sinking funds that I have so far. Of course, with time, I'm already thinking of adding more sinking funds to the bunch, but I think with everything that I have going on right now, these are plenty, and they will help me to not feel as stressed, especially with that electricity sinking fund that I just added. So I'm not going to add any of my beginnings right now since I am missing the allowance, but the total for what I'm stuffing this month is a total of $680. And although $680 is the total for everything, for all of my sinking funds, I'm not going to be stuffing sinking funds like car payment, Christmas, and Peru trip, because those are in my online banking account once again. So now that I have that all set up, I'm going to set up my transaction log on this side, just so that I can actually write down how much I spent for my contacts, and then that way I'm not going to be confused later on as to why I don't have $190 from my medical sinking fund. So that is the transaction log script. And then we have this header. I'm going to quickly make my lines, and then I'll come back to write out the first transaction of the month. Alright, so like I mentioned, I did have a transaction on the 2nd. Yes, on the 2nd. So the fund is my medical sinking fund. The date is the 2nd, and it was $190. I'm just gonna put one-a-day contacts, which are the daily contacts that I wear. So that is how I track a transaction in my transaction log. And now I think I am all ready to stuff my cash envelope. So let me go ahead and get my cash ready to stuff. Okay, so I have all of my cash laid out and my cash envelopes here, I'm just gonna take out the envelopes as I am stuffing them. So for adventures, I'm going to be adding 50. So I think I'll just do some 50s here. And I now have 100, 250, 270, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and 280 in my adventures sinking fund. Allowance, I'm going to skip once again, like I mentioned. Then for birthdays, I am stuffing this with $40. So let me just do 2 20s. And I now have 20, 40, 60, 75, 76, 77, and 78 for birthdays. Then for card maintenance, this is going to be getting $30. So let me do 20 and a 10. And so far, I had 175, which that just flew out of my hands there. So now I have 120, 40, 60, 80, 190, 200, and 5. For cart maintenance. Then for card tags, I am stuffing this with $65. So I have 50, 60, and 5. And so far I have, let's see, this was a lot more. Okay, we have 50, 100, 150, 170, 180, 195 card tags. Then for clothing, that is going to be getting $50. I think I'm just gonna do, can I do 2 20s? I think I'm just gonna end up doing the last 50 I have here for clothing. I hope, okay, we're not too messed up here, but that's fine, right? Okay, so clothing is gonna get $50 this month. Like so. Date night will be getting $30. So 20 and a 10. And now I have 20, 30, 40, 50, 1 for date night. For entertainment, that will be getting $20. So now I have 45. I'm not sure if we'll be going anywhere really. I honestly don't think so. But it's always nice, I think, to have some entertainment money. Maybe like a drive-through movie theater. There's a couple of those by me, so maybe we might do that. Now for medical, like I mentioned, I have 106 in here. I believe I said that. And I would just be stuffing this with $100. So I now have 150, 170, 190, 205, and 206. I was so confused because I was like, wait, why do I have so much money left over? But because I haven't made an electricity cash envelope, so we'll just have to, or I'll just have to make one and then stuff that next time. But for miscellaneous, that is going to be getting $20. And I have 48. Yes, so now I have 20, 40, 65, 66, 67, and 68. And the leftover money should be, of course, the $125 that I will be stuffing my electricity cash envelope with. As I mentioned, I don't have it as of now, but I will just put it on the side. I'll probably just end up putting it here so that whenever I make it, I can just go ahead and stuff that with the 125, but my sinking funds are now all stuffed and ready to go for the month. So with that being said, that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed me going through my sinking funds as well as stuffing them. If you guys did, as always, please do not forget to give it a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already, and hopefully I will get to see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.